Hello everyone, this is going to be our first lesson in our attempt to flip our classroom. So I'm really excited about this, hopefully you are too. This lesson is entitled The Components of American Culture, and our SPIs that go along with it are 5.1.1, and that one just states that after this lesson you should be able to identify the 7 components of American culture. Then 5.1.3 goes into more detail about the holidays, the national holidays. And we have an essential question, and it is, how do the components of American culture impact our nation as a whole? So this is just going to be really quick, so feel free to pause, rewind if you need to if there's something you don't understand. The first component of American culture that we're going to learn about is holidays, and these are national holidays. That's different than religious holidays like Christmas and Easter and so forth. The first one is Independence Day. This is the day that the Declaration of Independence was signed, July the 4th, 1776. We will learn about that a little bit later on. The second one is Columbus Day. This is when Christopher Columbus discovered the New World. That's what that day is celebrating. Native American or American Indian Day. We celebrate the contributions of Native American and Native American culture on that day. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is where we celebrate and we honor the famous civil rights leader. Veterans Day is where we honor those who have served in our military. And Memorial Day is there to celebrate those who have given their lives for our freedom because of their military service. That's an important difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Veterans Day honors those who are still living who have served. Memorial Day honors those who have given their lives for our freedom. Okay, and finally, Thanksgiving is a national holiday set aside for us just to be thankful, and we will get into the history of that a little bit later on as well. All right, also, another important component of American culture is language. America is not only just not an English-only country, okay? We have many different cultures, many different languages. I've listed a few here. English is the predominant one, followed closely by Spanish, but there's also places in our country where people speak many different languages. On the same token, religion is very similar. Christianity is the dominant religion as far as the amount of people. However, it is very diverse in that there are many different religions, okay? Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and many, many more. There's a few religious symbols there too. Clothing. Clothing can change. This is one of the components of American culture that can change depending on things like climate, the age of the person, their religion, if their religious beliefs have certain restrictions on things that they can wear. So clothing is a very important part of American culture too. Also, food can change depending on what region of the United States you're in. This dish that you see here is very, very. It's a southern dish. Some biscuits and gravy, and that can change from region to region as well. So, food is a very important part of American culture. Also, art. The picture that you see here is called American Gothic. It's probably the most famous American painting, and we're actually going to analyze that a little bit later too. And we're just going to we'll learn a little bit more about that particular painting. So, but art is not only paintings; it could include sculptures, photos, and many other aspects. So, art is very important to American culture. Now, music is a huge part of American culture, and you see there's a picture of Elvis Presley, who is one of the most influential musicians in American history. So, since the very beginning of the nation, music has impacted our nation. And it also varies from region to region depending on what part of the country you're in. For example, if you live in Nashville, Tennessee, a dominant form of music that you would hear would be country music. You may not hear as much country music if you lived in Massachusetts. So it can vary from region to region. So I know this was a really quick video, but those are the 7 components of American culture. We'll review them. Holidays, language, religion, clothing, food, art, and music. So next week, what we plan on doing is we will dig into these in much more detail. Okay, we've got a cool activity that we're going to do, a group activity that's going to take several days, where you're going to read very important articles, and you're going to have to answer some very, very challenging questions about it, each one of these. So please be prepared for that. It's going to be challenging, but it should be pretty fun as well. So please, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it's been helpful to you. I thank you for your attention, and have a great day.